According to the Department of Defense, about 1 million active service personnel are expected to transition out of the military over the next 4 years. Half of those will face a period of unemployment. Finding a job is just one obstacle that veterans and their families face. But there's a new initiative aimed at covering every transition angle. Here to talk about that, Alan Reyes, Navy Reservist and USO Senior Vice President of Operations. And Brian Stan is a Marine Corps veteran and President and CEO of Hire Heroes USA. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Mary.
Good morning.
Alan, I'd like to start with you and the USO Transition 360 Alliance. What is it?
Well, Mary, you mentioned earlier, over the next 4 years, 1 million service members are going to make a transition from military service to the private sector. And they're also transitioning along with their family members as part of that pivot from the military. So the USO Transition 360 Alliance was launched earlier this year for us to develop opportunities to provide services to those transitioning service members in many different domains to ensure a holistic, successful transition. So that's making sure that they've got a solid transition plan to reintegrate into their community, a career that's going to help them move from their military service to their the next phase of their career, and then also programs to strengthen their families to make sure that they're as strong as possible, both their spouses and their children, as part of that transition.
Brian, how does your organization work into the Alliance?
Certainly. So we fit in the career path, obviously, and what we do is a personalized approach to every aspect of finding a job, from identifying your marketable skills, understanding the geographical location you want to move to and who the major employers are, to then crafting and constructing an effective resume, practicing your interview skills, and then leveraging your network. Because in the military, we've got a massive alumni network that we have to activate when it's time to look for a job. And as we all know, that's a very effective component of your job search.
You didn't start with this alliance, so would you help us understand how Hire Heroes USA has already helped veterans?
Absolutely. So we came into a relationship with the USO back in 2010 because they did about 18 months due diligence and found us to be the very best helping service members find jobs post their service in the military. How we do it is a personalized approach. It's all done one-on-one, and we track everything. So about a year ago, we were helping about 150 transitioning service members and spouses a week and converting nearly 40 of them hired a week. With the USO's assistance, now we're helping over 300 a week. We're averaging over 70 service members a week that are confirmed into jobs. And we're not just talking about your regular jobs. We're talking about careers where the average starting salary is $45,000 a year. And when you look at the fact that 85% of the men and women we're helping fit in the demographic of 18 to 24 years old, that's an outstanding statistic. It's not just a job. We're helping them find real careers.
Alan, what are some of the barriers as you realized there was a need for this alliance? What were you noticing and what were service members telling you as they tried to transition?
Well, you know, we as the USO have a great opportunity to have authentic conversations with service members and their family members, but also with the commands that they serve, and really at all levels of the DoD and in the military. And throughout that, there's been a consistent message about making sure that they are deliberately planning that transition from military service to the private sector. So, you know, making sure that they're thinking very thoughtfully about all the different domains that they need to consider as they make that transition. So certainly, as we work with Brian and Hire Heroes USA, you know, employment is a key part of that. But so is education, VA benefits, the opportunity to find, you know, housing in the area that they're moving to, reintegrating into those communities, and strengthening their families. So all of those really need that deliberate planning very, very early in that transition process.
So many layers here, and we can only scratch the surface with a few minutes this morning. But I know there's a website, so where would you send our viewers if they'd like to learn more about your programs?
Yeah, great. Please visit uso.org/360 for more information on all of our transition programs.
Alan and Brian, thank you for joining us, and thank you for serving us, too.
Thanks, Mary.
Our pleasure. Thank you.